Hey folks, Drew Walden here with Papaw Odells in Cleveland, Tennessee, and today we are going to be looking at this beautiful Gallagher Bluegrass Bell. This Adirondack spruce topped guitar with East Indian rosewood back and sides comes in at $5,400. It being a Gallagher, I expect nothing but perfection in the sound. All the Gallaghers I've had come through the store are just sonically impeccable. They're just really, really good, folks. I don't know how else to describe them. I mean, every Gallagher guitar that I've had come through this door has just been an absolute out of this world guitar sonically, so I expect nothing less from this one. Here at Papaw Odell's, we do all of our sound demos with this Audigo microphone. We place it 12 inches from the 12th fret on the guitar every single time so that sound demos are consistent across the channel. In post, we do no EQ, altering, or anything other than a slight bit of compression. As always, it's best to try a guitar in person, but at least this gives you a benchmark across the channel to test it against other guitars. Let's start with our first impression. And right off the get-go, this guitar is absolutely beautiful. Man, just stunning in the looks department. So let's dive right into the aesthetics. This guitar features a beautiful torrefied Adirondack spruce top. It has lovely color, and I love the grain patterns. Nice, straight, wide grain that tightens as it approaches the center. The back and sides are made of East Indian rosewood. It has a lovely color with nice, even grain patterns. The colors in the wood are deep and vibrant, ranging from a light brown down to a dark brown, that in some spots appear dark purple. I'd have to say that one of my favorite things about this guitar is how it looks. I love the color on the spruce top. I love the color in the rosewood. The grain patterns are straight. The wide grain, tight center grain. Just a beautiful, beautiful guitar. And gosh, I just love the headstock. I just absolutely love the headstock. Overall, this guitar is a stunning piece of craftsmanship and artwork. Beautiful enough to hang in any art gallery. Before we dive into how this guitar feels, let's take a look at some specifications. This is a Dreadnought size guitar. The neck is made of mahogany. The neck joins the body at the 14th fret and has a very pronounced V-shaped profile. The scale length is 25 1/4 inches. The nut width is 1 3/4 inches. The fretboard is ebony and features 20 frets. The hardware is, I'm not sure what the make of the open back tuners, but they're nice looking open back tuners. And it features a bone nut and saddle. So that looks all good and well on paper, but how does it actually feel in the hands? Alright, so let's talk about how this guitar feels in the hand. I think the most important thing for us to discuss is this neck. This V-shaped neck, the first time you grab it, is kind of shocking. It's, you're just not expecting it. It's like, whoa, what's going on there? But I gotta say, after you start playing it, you really don't notice it, and it actually feels quite nice. It's really easy to get your hand around it. Especially, I don't have very big hands, and I can easily, if you'd like to grab that E string with your thumb, it's really easy to do on this neck. Bar chords, really easy to do on this neck. The finish is nice. It doesn't have a thick glossy coat on it. It almost feels like a speed neck. I guess maybe you would call this even a speed neck. I do think there is some finish on it. It's just really, really ultra thin. Because you can actually kind of feel the grain, or you can actually kind of feel the pores in the wood. That's how thin this finish is. It's got a very nice natural feel. I really, really like the way this neck feels. It's just really fantastic. Great feeling neck. The guitar has been through our setup process and it plays absolutely perfectly. You pair that with this great V-neck and man, this guitar is a dream to play. It's one of those guitars you really don't want to put down. It just keeps bringing you back to it for more. Alright, so the action we have set at a moderately low bluegrass action level. We have a little bit of relief in the neck. Probably, I'm guessing that's probably about 6/1000ths of relief in the neck. I'm not going to measure it right now in the video, but I can eyeball it. It's about 6/1000ths probably. Our action at the 12th fret on the bass side, 95/1000ths. On the treble side, we're at 86/1000ths. We do have, if you're not a heavy player, we do have a little bit of room to bring this down, especially on the treble side. We can always go up if we need to, but I think most players would find this comfortable, unless you just, I mean, you can make any guitar buzz, but this is a nice setup for someone who strums heavy for a bluegrass player. So on the nut height, we got 12/1000ths. Got about 14/1000ths, about 19/1000ths, and then that's 20, about 20, about 21. Pretty low down there. Again, we could drop it probably a few thousandths lower. It actually plays very, very well. Alright, so we know it plays like butter. I guess now that's the best part. Let's talk about the sound. It's got pretty good sustain. Alright, so now let's test some of the dynamics. So I'm going to play a little softly, and then I'm going to play more loudly and see how the guitar handles it. Alright, so you can definitely tell the difference between playing this guitar soft and playing it loud. I think this guitar really prefers to be played kind of heavily. It could just be the strings that are on it. I mean, it's got a nice sound, but really the warmth of the guitar really starts building when you kind of play it heavy. I think that's where it's guitar really shines right about there versus... Just don't know if there's enough energy being transferred. But right there, whew. So I guess let's talk about the sound. So we've done some tests, we've done some single note sustain. But let's talk about how it sounds. And, you know, sound is very, what's the word? Subjective. Sound is very subjective. I will try to describe the sound to you as best I can. And so let's just kind of start with just kind of the balance of the guitar. So this guitar is very well balanced. I will say I think the mids are upped just a little bit. It's got a very nice full sounding bass, but the bass is not overpowering. It's got a nice warm sound. Yeah, so it's not muddy at all. That's the thing that I love about these Gallagher Bluegrass Bells, is you get a ton of volume, just an ear-hurting amount of volume, full bass, but it's not overpowering. You get clarity all the way through the bass frequencies, the treble frequencies, the high frequencies. Every note is just ringing out beautifully. And the overtone series is just, it's hard to believe until you hear it for yourself. It's just lovely. I mean, it's just perfect. The sound is just perfect. And I just love that you can hear all those notes and all those overtone series. It's just this beautiful symphony of sound that's just flourishing out of this guitar. And did you hear that? I mean, it's literally shaking the walls in this place. It's just got volume for days. And it really shines. This guitar really, really shines when you're attacking it. The sound of this guitar is just perfect. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, you put on a record, you hear a guitar, this is what it sounds like. I mean, it's awesome. This guitar is awesome. My favorite things that I like about this guitar is, first, the overall sound is just unbelievable. You get a ton of volume, clarity through the bass, mids, and high frequencies. That little mid punch, the little bit of shimmer, but a whole lot of warmth. It's hard to beat the sound of this guitar. Secondly, I love the finish. I love this ultra thin finish. I love the V-neck. I love the way this guitar feels. Cons, if I were to give a con, it's probably the case that it came with. I'm not going to mention the brand of the case that it came with, but I do not personally think it is a case worthy of a $5,400 guitar. And for that reason, Papaw Odell special we're doing is we're going to include a premium TKL case with this Gallagher. It's a case that I feel better matches this guitar, so we're going to include it free of charge. At $5,400, is this guitar worth it? Well, that's for you to decide. I certainly think that it is, and I think there's a lot of people out there who also think that it is, because every bluegrass bell we've got into the shop doesn't stay here very long. It goes out the door like that because it sounds so good. All it's going to take is the right person to come in here and hear this bad boy, and it's going to go out the door. That's just the way it works. Yeah, this is one of those guitars that you come in and you play it, and then you leave and you go home and you think about it all night, and you can't stop thinking about it. It's going to be in your mind. for hours and days and weeks until you finally either A, decide to pull the trigger, or B, it gets sold before you can get it. It's one of those guitars. We'll just leave it at that. You know, this guitar was built in a small shop by a few people by hand. And if you look closely, you can see a few, I'll call them imperfections, here and there in the fit and finish. Like right here, you can barely see there's a little, looks like a little filing mark in the ebony. There's another one of those little marks right here. But, you know, some people don't want to buy a guitar that was made in a factory by factory workers that are not luthiers. Some people want a guitar that feels alive, that's got character, that's been built with love by people who care about what they do. It's got character, it's got feeling, it's got soul. I mean, you don't get this from a run-of-the-mill big box store brand. You just don't get this vibe from those guitars. You know, are there guitars that are, you know, perhaps a better fit and finish? Sure, there's plenty that are perfect. Or do they sound as good as this one? Most of them don't. I mean, that's the truth. You got to give and take here. You can't have everything in one guitar. That's why we get guitar acquisition syndrome, and that's why we got to have, you know, 47 guitars at our house. They're all different. And that's what's so beautiful about acoustic instruments is they're all different. And especially the guitars that are made in shops by a few people who care and love and are passionate about what they do. It's clear as day when you play these guitars that love went into building them. And this is no exception. This guitar is just absolutely spectacular. I can't speak highly enough about the way it sounds, about the way it feels. The neck just feels so great. The finish, this ultra thin finish, is just so beautiful. The wood grain, the color, just everything about this guitar is just awesome. I love it. I hope this dive into this Bluegrass Bell helped you decide whether this guitar is for you or not. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving us a thumbs up and a subscribe or a like or whatever these buttons are. I don't know much about this stuff, but I think you got to hit some things and a bell or something, and maybe you get notified. If you could do that, that'd be sweet. And in the comments below, let me know what you thought about this guitar. What surprised you the most about it? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. May peace and love fill your heart.